Free Japan Channel number 45. Today, July 18th, Thursday, 2024. Here in Yokohama, the time is 10 a.m. So, summer morning. Dear listeners, how are you doing? Here in Japan, the midsummer is now on the way. Today's topic is Iranian plot behind the assassination attempt. This is a theme. As you know, last weekend, candidate Trump was shot in Pennsylvania. It was the venue of speech of Mr. Trump, and many people were gathering there. At the time, there was a suspicious man who climbed on the roof of the factory nearby, and he even carried assault rifle with him. And he shot, aiming at Mr. Trump. The first 3 shots was aiming at Mr. Trump, and the first bullet almost hit Mr. Trump. It was a narrow escape. So Mr. Trump was injured in his ear. After 3 shots, the criminal began to shoot randomly. And then the counter sniper shot against him, and the bullet hit the shooter, and he died. This week, there came breaking news around the world that Iranian plot was taking place in these several months. Therefore, American authority, especially American police authority, increased the alert level to Mr. Trump to the higher degree. It means the police should make more effort to protect Mr. Trump. However, the Secret Service allowed the shooter to shoot 8 shots. There was no preemptive measures from the Secret Service. And there were so many people who were watching this suspicious person on the roof. And even one of the policemen climbed the factory to the roof, but the policeman, receded because the shooter aimed the gun at him. Of course, this policeman's behavior was not to be blamed. However, why didn't the information go to the Central Secret Service? This is the biggest question, biggest mystery about this shooting incident of Mr. Trump. Why was the information about suspicious person not carried to the center of Secret Service? After all, the police let the shooter shoot 8 shots, and the first one was so dangerous that Mr. Trump was bleeding. It was a fortunate coincidence that Mr. Trump escaped from this shooting. Some Americans now say that this was a divine blessing that Mr. Trump was saved. Of course, I'm not Christian, So I can't say that there's something divine protected Mr. Trump. But at least we have to say that if Trump had been killed in the assassination at that time, the whole story, whole course of world affair would have been changed drastically. And I'm sure that this change would have been in the worst direction. This week, Iranian plot is being discussed behind the assassination attempt. Iran was always hostile to the United States when Mr. Trump was in his presidency. So from 2016 to 2020, for these 4 years, Iran and Mr. Trump were both hostile to each other because Mr. Trump didn't want Iran to develop and gain nuclear potential from the development of nuclear facility. At that time, Trump administration prevented Iran from going in the direction of nuclear armament. And this year, 2024, there is a great possibility that Mr. Trump would be re-elected President of the United States. And this prediction is not so favorable to Iranian government. So it is no wonder that some Iranian intelligence organization decided to do something about Mr. Trump. And this Iranian plot information was already seized by the US intelligence agency several months ago. Therefore, the alert level was boosted by the US authority. However, in spite of this boosted alert level, US Secret Service let the shooter of Pennsylvania shoot 8 bullets. This is the biggest mystery, as I said, and it would take time to solve this problem, to answer this question. We have to wait for the further information from the US authority. Thank you very much.